what are the functions which are available inside that class. So inside this class I have written how to swim. And how to swim is just returning a string swimming. Let's say now I will put here name. Human will have name, right? Human will have name by default. Let's say blank name. Now what I will do, I have created Nishmita, because she is a human, she know how to swim, but I haven't defined that her name is Nishmita. So I will, this time I will define her name. Now if you see here, name is not a function, it is a property. So that's the reason it is showing over here a property. If I select name, I can define define the name this way. Just so name of Nishmita is Nishmita. It is not a function. Then we can define just with the equal to sign. So now my object knows that name of this object is Nishmita, and swim function will still return swimming only. But I don't want to return swimming, but I want to return, let's say, Nishmita swimming. So in that case, I just have to put it over here, write it the logic, this dot name, whatever the name of this object, and then swimming. I'll have to put a space over here, otherwise both the words will be stuck without a space. Now, so this time, if I start my server and I will go back to my API and I will refresh, it will show Nishmita swimming. Why? Because I have defined name over here, and it swim function will use that name from the object. So this is the simple explanation of what is a class and how you can use class. This is very powerful feature of any programming language, using classes and using functions.
Okay. Okay.
I know, because you are a beginner, you might be having so many questions. Go ahead, ask
No,
question.
I am feeling like, I have to watch this again. Maybe
Hmm.
I'll, by watching and doing it simultaneously, I will have questions, because right now still I'm, kind of feeling hard. So that's
Hmm.
what.
Yeah, you can, when you try it, you will understand it. You try with
Yes, yes, yes,
multiple examples, then
yes,
you will
yes.
understand. But the concept I tried to explain within these few lines, like what is a class and how you can create
Yes, that
the
I
instance of
understood.
that
That I
class.
understood.
Okay, so if you understand this much, that is more than sufficient for a beginner.
Okay,
And then
okay,
when you practice, you will understand it very well.
okay.
Okay, fine. So let me check. It is 12:45. So I think we should stop now for today. And what we have done, as per the agenda, we have just created the first in-memory store object for a to-do of the user, retrieving, updating, deleting the to-dos for a specific user is which is pending. If you prefer, I will write it for you so that we will not waste time next time, or else we will do it together in the next session. What do you prefer?
Let's do it together, Sudarshan.
Okay, so let's do it together. It may take some time, but let's do it
Sudarshan,
next time.
the way that we'll be going ahead is, so after we finish delete, then instead of that class, we will be storing data in Mongo and retrieving data from Mongo. Then
No, 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 no.
completing the whole cycle, right?
Database is altogether a different topic. It is a different level in backend. I don't want to go into details of actually backend. Whatever we are learning over here is actually a JavaScript, actually a TypeScript, which you will be using in front end as well. The all concept will be used in front end. So even though we are writing this code in backend, you can use same logic and same functions and same pandas and array push and everything. You will be able to use it in front end. So because this is a Redux and React and front end course, covering databases in this will be too much of it. So we can take it later, the storing it in a database. But for now, the simple to do app, we will be using it like this.
Okay.
No database for this session, for this
Okay.
series.
And the front end team, so React user, React developer, he will also have to create a class and all, is it? Will there be a need to do that?
Mm, there won't be a class because React recommends not to use class because of the concept where classes cannot be serialized. Now what is serialized, it is another question, it is another topic. So React does not want you to create class. You can still create class, but it will give you error. So you won't be creating class, but you will be creating function, the
Okay.
function which will behave like a class. That is the functional programming, where you do not actually modify the value which you are going to receive. Even in this function, we are actually not modifying the value which we are receiving. But sometimes it is possible that if you receive something over here in the function, you can modify it. And because this is a pointer coming from outside, when you modify it inside the function, it will update that pointer and update that memory block where this particular variable is stored, which
Hmm.
is not allowed in React. You
Hmm.
can do it in JavaScript. It is allowed in JavaScript, but your IDE and there are some tools which will prevent you from doing it. It will not allow you to compile. It is purposefully made it that way, but even you can skip that thing, but it is not recommended because of some principles which is followed in React.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
We
So
will be carrying out our complete website development in this way itself, or there is another format which you are going to teach us?
backend is this much only. Only
Okay.
the thing is, let's say I here in CG store here add to do, I am adding user over here, okay,
Mm.
and I am adding to do over here in this function. So
Mm.
this push user in users and push to do's in to do. Right
Mm.
now it is being done in a memory. Memory means RAM, random access memory of a server. But
Okay.
when we will be using databases, the same functions will be replaced to insert this data in a database. But it is a big topic, how to write a database query for MongoDB or MySQL. We will be covering MongoDB maybe in another series when we will do backend programming. We will do that, but
Okay.
that is the one which is pending. Otherwise, everything else other than the databases is all this what you see it over here. There are some
Okay.
new
Okay.
techniques how to write database program, because in database your function won't be like this. It will be a little bit different, like we'll be writing async in front of that function. Now why async, that I will tell you when we do a database. Right now no, maybe we'll do this async in this session as well, but not today's session.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Clayton, any question from your side?
No. No.
No? Okay, so I will stop this recording. It is 1 hour and 33 minutes total session.
Yes. Yes. Sure.
And I see, I can hear that Ganesh is yawning. I can hear the sound. I have a very good ears now today. I don't know.
Even when I'm not mute, you can imagine that I'm yawning.
No, no, no. I can hear the sound. I'm like a Superman, so I can hear the sound of your yawning. Okay, so so
Yes.
let's
It's
close
it's
for
like
today.
after 12, every 5 minutes he yawns.
Sorry.
So just one thing I wanted to understand now. So
Mm-hmm.
when let's say Nishmita starts working on React, so when she's working on React, we will be writing all this API and giving her. So an API will be app.post, and in that app.post, there will be a URL. There will be a URL of the way she is supposed to call that
Yes.
API. And in React, right? In React,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm so in React, what I'll be doing is I'll be having a way to call this API, get the data in the JSON file, and then use that JSON data to display data into the screen,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So to do that, to do that, one thing is we can in my company, a team writes all this APIs. The other team which consumes the API, so let's say they're using a mobile app, so it's a Xamarin app. So in
Mm-hmm.
that Xamarin app, they already have all this control. So for example, table. So you have a table, and for giving input data to that table, they just have to call that API. And when that API is returning data, right? So that data they map it to the fields of the table, and the table shows that data
Mm-hmm.
on the mobile app.
Right.
So is it same in React also? Just we will have all this HTML tags. We have to call this API, get the data, and show in the HTML tag.
Yes. It is going to be a same, but we will not be using plain HTML tags, but we will be creating components out of it, so that it will be all style tags and it will not be plain. We will
Okay.
we will go slightly above and over the plain HTML. We
Okay.
will use
Okay.
CSS and we will create a reusable components.
Components are
Sorry.
those components are reusable, right? In
Yes,
any case.
components, reusable components.
Okay. Okay, okay, okay. So,
Okay.
so that part won't be having so much of programming, right? That part will be lesser
That
in.
part will be having same amount of programming.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Even user interactivity and there is a lot of more programming in front end
Hmm. Okay, okay, okay.
rather than back end. Back end is like everywhere. It is more or less same, similar kind of functions, similar kind of classes,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
interacting with the database. But in front end, mm, it is a little bit different. You'll also have to think of user experience, like the
Hmm.
loading spinner, how to show spinner, when to show a spinner.
Okay,
If you
okay.
are sending two numbers of requests to get data from server at the same time, you have to
Hmm.
keep track of when the last request is ending. So
Hmm.
if the last request is ending, then only you should stop showing a spinner. Spinner
Hmm.
means a loading symbol, which will show user that your app is loading something from a server. You
Hmm.
can also display something like a wireframe or I don't know what, a placeholder. It is called as a placeholder. It is a new way of representing that the your website is loading something in one particular section. It won't be a spinner, but it will be a kind of blurred content which is going to appear over there with some animation. So that is also possible. So
Hmm.
there are more to it to improve user experience, but the amount of programming is similar. And because we are using JavaScript, because we are using TypeScript in both the
Hmm.
places, you can use same concepts which you learn over here can be implemented over there as well.